Hey guys, Tony Man here. This is a video response to 2Rocker4U's video 5 questions for atheists. Excuse me. Question 1. Where did we all originate? Life and humanity. Those are two different questions. The origin of life and the origin of humanity are two different things. The humanity, depending on how you define it, whether you're talking about our species or our family tree, our species originated about 200,000 years ago, and maybe as early as 35,000 years ago, depending on how you define the human species. If you're talking about the family tree, then probably around 4 million years ago did Homo or sapien family originate. She then says, where did the Big Bang come about? That can be answered in many different ways. There's many different theories about how the origin of the universe came about, but a simple answer is we don't know. We don't have any evidence to suggest what the answer is. So, and it does us no good in solving the problem by just assuming that God did it. How did evolution come about? Evolution is the change in the genome over time. So evolution would have started with a genome. It would probably have been RNA or RNA similar to RNA. She says something coming from nothing is not logical. Well, evolution, things don't come from nothing if you're talking about the origin of life. Obviously, the first living things were created by the things on the earth. Now, the universe coming from nothing, that may not seem logical, but again, that's not the only answer. And even if it was, just our terms of logic don't always matter in the physical reality. In quantum mechanics, a particle can be in two places at once. That's hard for us to see, hard for us to even imagine in our reality. So our logic doesn't always apply to reality. Question 2. Are humans have more intrinsic value than animals? Again, you're talking about objective moral values. I don't know if I would say no, that human and animals have the same value objectively. But again, our morals aren't objective. They are subjective, and we evolve them over time to help our survival. So of course we think that humans are more valuable than animals. Then she says we base our beliefs on anything we want. No, we don't. We base our beliefs on the same place you base your beliefs. Our evolved moral conscience over time. In all animals, all social animals have a moral code. You can see this in every member of the ape family. And if animals and humans have the same, as I said, wouldn't you go to jail for killing animals? You can go to jail for killing animals. If you strangle your dog with a cord or something, you can go to jail. Where do you get your morals from? Any objective? Again, there are no objective morals. Our moral conscience has evolved over time and to fit our needs. So they are subjective in the sense that in the big grand scheme of it all, there is no objective reason. But to our mind, there is very much a good reasons for what we believe. Question 4. Why are you concerned with debating theists? I'm concerned with debating theists because their religion claims to know things that are blatantly false, and they teach us and they want to teach it as fact. I also have your religion also bashes homosexuals, as I think I've already made a video to you about gay marriage, or I think it was called the gay marriage or gay agenda, and I'll post the link to the sidebar if you haven't seen that yet. So your religion has an effect on the members of society, and it has a detrimental effect. That's why I debate theists. Is the atheist lack of experience more relevant than the theist experience? you say billions of people have experienced God. Well, millions and billions of people have experienced all the other sorts of gods. Experience is subjective. For 3,000 years, the Egyptians thought the Pharaoh brought about the flood because he spoke divinely with the gods. And that he brought the flood, now a flood every year, and that he was praised for doing such. So just because what people believe doesn't mean it's objective. You and I both know that the Pharaoh did not have divine powers. Just as I know your God does not have divine powers. All these people, billions of people lying? No, they're just wrong. They are flawed human beings basing their beliefs off subjective experiences. That's where they're wrong. I believe they're sincere in every word they say. Most of them. I don't know about the evangelicalists. Many of them have been in some very compromising positions. But I believe the average Christian, the average Muslim, the average Hindu, they all believe what they say they believe. Do you discard people's belief in God because it's easier to live your life as you wish and not have to repent to God? No, I don't, because it's easier for me to believe. And then you say, because instead of repenting towards God, now you're implying that, in some sense, atheists aren't as moral as Christians and that we need to repent to God. No. We live our life the same as you do, with the same morals as you do. We don't believe we need to repent to a God. And we don't feel, and because there's no evidence for it. There's no evidence that your God exists. That's why we don't believe it. That's why we disregard people's belief in God. Are you content with your life? This is number 6. Yeah, I am very content with my life. There's no reason for us to be here if in the atheist worldview, she thinks. That's true. There is no reason. And that's the beauty of it. When we have no reason to be here, we can find our own reason. We can find, the artist finds reason in his art to live. The writer has a reason to write. The scientist has a reason to do science. So, just because there's no reason doesn't mean we can't find a reason on our own. And I would say that any reason that you believe that we have here demeans life. Because you're putting life and saying, this is what you must do. Doesn't it bother you that when you die, nothing happens, or nothing? And are you scared of the unknown? No, it does not bother me at all that when I'm dead, nothing will happen. Nor does it scare me of the unknown. I guess you assume the unknown of the afterlife, or the unknown of after death, I assume. No, I do not fear the afterlife, nor do I fear death, because there is no afterlife to fear. Just as Mark Twain said, I was dead for billions of years before I was ever born. And that's how it will be when I'm dead. Okay, those are your 6 questions and all the other points you made in your video. Alright, you have a good day.